Okay, so welcome back, everybody. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. I am here today with one of the young drivers in the slalom discipline, that is Powee Base. So, Powee, would you like to greet our viewers who are watching right now?
Hello everyone, I'm Powee Base and I'm a 17 years old race car driver racing full time in the Race Motorsports Club National Slalom Series.
All right. So basically, to go in depth on that, we should start with the introduction. So let's go to the questions. Who is Powee Base?
I'm a driver who's willing to constantly achieve and improve every time I'm out in the racetrack. And I'm a driver who is racing, as I said, racing full time in the National Slalom Series, also in the MSDP National Gymkhana Championship, and I've also participated in the Flat Out Race Series and the the Philippine Endurance Challenge.
Wow. That's are you considered like a versatile type of racer since that's multidiscipline in a way, right?
Well, for now, I'm only racing full time in slalom, and
Oh,
so far in slalom, I've in 2018 I've come out as the novice overall slalom champion, and in 2019 I've come out as the second overall slalom king. And I do look
nice.
forward to exposing myself more into other disciplines because I believe that we're very competitive since we've already won in a few overall best times in the Gymkhana Championship here, and I believe we're gonna be competitive as well in other series in like such as Autocross or Toge Battle or whatever is there for us. And I'm actually bound to make my circuit debut this year.
Nice. Well, I'm actually glad that you have this ambitions and plans to actually consider other disciplines. And wow, it takes high courage to actually consider those. And since with as you said from slalom, it's a background for almost any motorsports that everyone goes to. Am I right?
Yeah, it's a very good stepping stone. It's a very good discipline to develop in, to hone your skills, and eventually be very competitive and be a winning driver in other disciplines as well.
All right, nice. Oh, also, to add to that, the viewers would like to know, Pauli, is that what got you into the world of motorsports? Like, what kick-started that phase in your life where I'm gonna try motorsports? Do share us your thoughts about it.
Well, I do have to say that the biggest influence of my racing life is my grandfather. We both really shared a great passion for cars. Growing up, I really loved cars, but later on, I did find out that he used to be a full time race car driver in the 90s along, and his latest stint was the VS Cup in
Mm,
2014 to 2015. And along with that, I was really exposed to slalom since my grandfather, is really good friends growing up for a long time with Tito Bing and Tito Pongs, the organizers of the National Slalom Series. So, with me growing up, my, my grandfather and Tito Bing, Tito Pongs were always discussing on me joining slalom someday, getting me my own car, and that's how it all came to be.
nice. So talagang it's a generation in the making, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah, that's nice. Also, to add to that, would you remember that first ever race in first ever event that you've joined? Uh, take a trip down memory lane for you. So you could actually tell us all about it.
I started racing full time in slalom 2017 up to this point. But my first actual race was in 2014 December, wherein my dad was a VS Cup driver. He just wanted to try his car out in Robinson's Novaliches, one of the very old slalom tracks in slalom.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just gave it a shot. I just wanted to play around. And the bad thing about the day is I actually crashed.
Oh, oh no.
was I was only 12 years old that time, and I was really discouraging for me. It was really embarrassing. But 3 years later, 3 years later, I came back, and here we are now, one of the competitive drivers.
Nice. Wow. Actually, that was a journey of self-discovery as well, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
that was a journey of ups and downs, and there's no really smooth start for everyone, especially going into motorsports. I mean, we all face struggles all the time, no matter how long ago you've started. So yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Also, if I were to ask you, Powee, how would you recommend someone to get started into motorsports? Like, if you were
Well,
faced with a viewer who is interested in trying slalom, how would you convince them to try it out?
well, the great thing about slalom is anyone can join, old, young, male, female, anyone can join, and any car can be used. It's really a discipline wherein everyone can join the fun, and as the safety requirements really needed that are just really mandatory are the helmet and the seatbelt. So it's really a really good accessible sport to anyone, and there are top drivers that are willing to help you along the way, and that's how I started.
Nice, nice. And uh, and how would you describe the support group that is behind the National Slalom Series? I mean, how would you describe the way the organizers treat the participants?
Oh man, I mean, each and every one of us there, we're like a family. We're like brothers and sisters, just really open to help each other out, just to help each other out, improve, and even win. Even if the other one loses, we'll do our best to go up against you. But if you win, we'll be happy for you. It's how supportive we are for one another, despite it being such a tight competition. Though we're still very supportive and very sporty towards each other.
Nice. That is amazing. That is amazing. Wow. Oh, ano man. Nice. And that's actually one of the notable factors across all the disciplines of drivers that I've interviewed in the past. Talagang not only they help each other out, but they bring out the best in each and every single one of them, and that is amazing beyond words, and it's something sometimes beyond what money can pay, right? I mean, friendship, experience, and
Yeah, it's
family.
truly a heartwarming experience.
Yeah, definitely. And are you leaning more into actual racing or sim racing?
Well, at this point in time, with the lockdown taking place, with this pandemic really getting bad, I believe e-racing's the only option for now, since it's like the best way to practice, to develop, and to maintain your skill while you're off season. But definitely once this is all over, once this is all cleared up, I'm really looking forward to going back to actual racing. But I do have to say, even if the the season was ongoing, I still use the simulator for my practices to get ready. So it's really helpful. Either way is helpful. Either way is good. But definitely, if you're gonna be competitive, I go for the actual racing. But going competitive for the e-racing is also a real good way to develop and to expose yourself.
Nice, nice. Also, would you like to share some of your secrets to success to slalom? Because given your condition right now, Pawi, you're a young guy. I mean, you're considered one of the youngest slalom racers in the discipline, basically. What keeps you coming back for more?
Well, just that seeing how others can set the benchmark up real high, seeing how they can excel so well, they can do these things. It's just amazing to watch and just to imagine how you yourself can do it. And it's along with it just the discipline and dedication that comes into preparation and doing your best in the race proper as well.
Nice. And actually, for the viewers out there, I have a treat for all of you. Would you like to see Pawi Base in action? All right. Now, let me just load up my screen here. I can show you this little treat that Pawi shared to us.
Of PMMS Transport Racing Team for
So this is in Robinson's Antipolo, right, Bobby?
Yeah, that was the first time we won the overall best time last year.
Wow. So let's see how this goes. Okay, no need to shift, no?
Depends on the car.
45, 34. Walang pailan. 45, 34. Still is the fastest time of the day so far by Powee Base.
Nice.
34.
The crazy thing about that race, though, is last year our chief rival was Estefano Rivera, and in that race particularly, alongside with his brother, they still managed to give us a hard time, even if they were just in a borrowed car. So that was something really crazy. It was really nerve wracking nonetheless, but I really look up to those brothers. They're really the reasons why I strive to improve. I really want to follow their example.
Nice, nice. Wow. So I'm also assuming that the brothers also helped you along the way, despite all challenges that came your way during the slalom series, right?
They did. They did. I mean, not only sometimes the best way to actually learn is watch how they do it, but not only that, they also really helped out in making my driving much more smooth. So they really played a big role in my development as a driver, even as a person.
Nice. How about the Antons? What how have they impacted your slalom career?
Um, in in our novice years, seeing a guy with the same age group as me just really made me happy that I actually have someone to be more competitive with, to be able to be more relatable with, and we were just helping each other out. In 2017, he was the one who Inigo was the one who came out as the novice overall slalom champion. I came in third overall that time, and although my engine was really small, it was slower while I was going up against the B20 beast. But nonetheless, seeing Inigo at such a young age being able to handle such a car that powerful, it's amazing how he was able to get it up there. It's the first time we really had our car to be as competitive as so was last year, which explains why we were competing for the overall championship already, which was our first year in the Pro Series, Pro Division.
Nice. So it basically with those experiences with the Riveras and the Antons, it helped you level up your game, didn't they?
Yeah, they really set the benchmark up high. Not only them though, even especially the drivers from Bulacan, such as Jevoy Moreno, Richard Gallardo, my rival in 2018 novice Vegel Calay. They really pushed me hard, and nonetheless they showed me the way to the top.
Yeah. Nice,
Even
nice.
if we were rivals, we still helped each other out. We still gave each other advice, anything to improve our time, may it be faster or not. We still help each other out. That's how supportive the slalom family is, despite, as I said, it being super competitive, super tight. As in, believe it or not, we're just fighting over nanoseconds, like 0.02, 0.05, or at max zero point 0.5, zero point 0.6. It's a really tight competition.
Nice, yeah. It's it's an awesome experience actually, and wow, how I wish that those moments were actually alive and well for other disciplines as well. since it's rare actually for young groups to actually come, for young guys to come together and actually help each other out. Because in other races, they're mostly adults already, especially in toge battle. Like you can only count in your fingers how many are young, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us are growing old already.
Yeah, well, that's life. Yeah,
That's why
and
we
also,
maximize things.
yeah, we got to maximize the time well, and no one's getting any younger. That's
Yeah.
for sure. And also, what are your thoughts on? Do you believe that racing simulators are the future of the racing world?
Well, when it comes to being accessible, racing as a sport, I believe e-racing is the very first step for you to be able to have the experience of racing. I mean, the fact that there are already esports championships alongside with actual championship, it just goes to show that these two can go alongside each other. And seeing F1 drivers such as Lando Norris, I believe he started out as a sim driver for McLaren before jumping into an actual F1 seat. So I believe that esports is gonna be a big part of the future in racing, e-racing.
Definitely, definitely. Wow. And since now, given this COVID-19 pandemic, every race car driver around the world is forced into hibernation. Since all racing events are all canceled or all postponed, given this pandemic, everyone's outlet right now is sim racing, and esports leagues are growing by the numbers as we speak right now.
Yeah, I only started the other week actually.
Yeah, and I believe you're competing soon on on eRGP.
Yeah, I'm actually happy to have qualified as one of the pro class drivers. I mean, I can't believe that these are like really top drivers who have been doing this for a long time. Aside from Inigo, though, he's one of the top drivers there, but he only started like a month ago. I only started last week with Tuason Racing, Phoenix Pulse, esports, and happy to have won that one as well. And tomorrow, and the upcoming e-racing GP Southeast Asia Philippines edition, I'm really looking forward to do well going up against the top drivers there.
Nice. Wow. I can see that the growth and the adaptability that you have is pretty massive. I mean, for you to qualify as pro, just a few weeks or a few days that you just started out, wow, that is massive, man. That's I consider it a breakthrough for you. I mean,
I mean, that was my main goal. First things first, I wanted to qualify as pro. I just really wanted to go up the challenge. I really wanted to go up against the best and see what I got. But definitely, for sure, they'll be the ones to show me the ropes. I still have to go by their example since they've been competing for how many rounds now. And this is gonna be my debut round. This is gonna be my debut stint, and I just really hope to have some fun against the best.
nice, nice. And just keep at it. And from what I see, you always love challenging yourself, and which is pretty amazing because that's persistence right there. Despite what odds, and I remember those nights you would message me in the middle of the night that it's not enough, the time is not enough. But just a few days ago, when you shared your present times, it's a competitive time, and I'm amazed that wow, the dedication of this kid. This kid's going places. Yeah,
I make I actually made sure to practice every day if I wanted to make it up to that pace, and I just really love improving. I just want to keep on improving. I just want to keep on achieving whatever there is to offer for me. I just want to get it all. I just want to earn it all.
man, I am very very excited for you, especially on the upcoming race. Man, we're all gonna be watching and supporting you. So don't worry about support. You got us. All you have to do is just be yourself and do your best. So
I'll give it
nice.
my all.
Also, to add to that, what is your biggest takeaway from your experiences in sim racing? Like, what is the value that you get? from doing racing?
From racing, I just believe it's that feeling of being victorious, winning it or not, just being able to participate and giving it your all in such an endeavor is already a victorious aspect in life.
Nice, nice. So also to add to that, do you have this one memory that you'll always look back for inspiration?
It has to be
Like if I were to give you a scenario, what if your car broke down, or what if you gave it your all and it still can't beat that best time of the day? But if you remember this certain memory, those those struggles or challenges are nothing. What is that memory with you?
it has to be it has to be I have to say it has to be Slalom King Milo setting the best time in the Starlet against a field of bigger engines of cars, and he was really at a disadvantage considering his car was really old already and all. But then he still dominated it all. I mean, this just goes to show, just give it your all, no excuses, and you're gonna get it. Just put your heart into it. That those moments were really my biggest inspirations.
Nice. Oh, and pretty much, what are your thoughts on from the announcement of Tita Bing Bang Dulce? Is that every race from here on out will be a tribute to Tito Lito Dulce? What are your thoughts on that?
Tito Pongs. He was one of my main coaches, one of my main mentors, alongside with my chief mechanic Toski. They were best friends growing up, and he'd actually always say this famous line to me: "You're still in control. You're not going fast enough." Is it by him?
Yeah. I would like to add to that actually. Straight roads are for fast cars. Turns are for fast drivers.
Yeah, slalom.
That's slalom for you guys, and pretty much any discipline, really, except for drag. For drag, it's the car, the engine, and the release time. It's all.
Yeah. Although it still takes a lot of courage to drive cars that quick. Straight line or not, it's still crazy.
It is, and the fight is battled with the hundredths of a second, right?
Yeah.
Pretty close and pretty intense actually at that.
Yeah. Anyway, with Tito Pongs, he's always the one that was around in our paddocks. Even if he was an organizer, he was always there for us, giving my mentor advice, giving me advice on my driving and what they can do with the car. And yeah, as I said, he always says that famous line. So he's technically one of the reasons why I'm not afraid to go over the limit or be on the limit or crash. And without him, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have won any championships. And I really grew up close with that guy, considering every year starting 2012 we'd always go to Singapore together to watch the F1 races there, and we really grew up close together. He was really like a father to me, like to Pucci Ortega, one of the Starlet drivers nowadays. He was really a great guy. Everything I will achieve, everything I have achieved, may it be in slalom or in other disciplines, I will definitely lift it all up to him.
Nice. Also, it's a nice memory as well, and now all our guardian angels up there will be watching every time we race. That's a powerful moment and a memory for you. So, a moment of silence also for Tito Pongs. So, wow. So to add to that also, I guess this question is a landslide for you because it says here, what is your racing discipline of choice? And I would assume it's slalom, isn't it?
Well, of course, slalom. the best way to start, to improve, and actually continuously race, since a lot of really good drivers, a lot of the best drivers in the Philippines started out in slalom and eventually ended up dominating the other disciplines. Even even if you say you've mastered slalom or the skills, the fundamentals, you still, for sure, there's still going to be challenges coming along the way, such as still the dominating drivers, the Rivera brothers, and the young and upcoming drivers that will be there in the future.
Nice. Definitely. And we're all looking forward for more. And also the drivers also are getting younger and younger as they start in the motorsports discipline.
Yeah, I mean, we have drivers that started out like 12 years old, 10, 9 even.
9 years
Some
old.
some of them are ladies, some of them are girls, and they're really good. Really setting a really good example for anyone who can join.
That is amazing.
I mean, it just shows that nothing's impossible. Anything's
Anything is possible.
It's anybody's game, you know.
Definitely. And also, do you have a fan page or a channel where the viewers can actually reach out and connect with you? Feel free to promote whichever you hold dear to
Well,
yourself. Go for it.
well, I do have an Instagram page. It's Powee_Base, and if you really wanna see us in pictures or ask questions about slalom, visit the Race Motorsports Club slalom page.
Nice, nice. Also, would you like to give any shout outs to your support group or your sponsors?
Of course, first and foremost, I would love to thank my family. They've gotten me this far, and I'd like to thank Philippine Merchant Marine School, and of course, Race Motorsports Club Slalom for racing me, developing me as a driver, and also for Litfire Solutions Incorporated, the the software development that's being run by my mom. And I'd like to thank Masters Flying School as well, and Rota Tires, Rota Mag Wheels, sorry.
Nice. Awesome. Also, to the viewers out there, feel free to rewind this video if it has generated massive value for you, and also if you wanted to review all the points that Powee has shared with us. And to top off all of this is that for Powee Base, what is racing in a nutshell for you?
I believe racing is passion. It's just that, just like any other sport, if you truly love what you're doing, you definitely give it your all. May it be in preparation, may it be in the proper event. You just give it your all. And I believe that's what passion is all about. That's what racing is all about. Going for continuous improvement, continuous achievement. I believe it's the development, it's the improvement that makes passion come alive.
That is well said right there. And spoken with true conviction, actually. Amazing. So, without further ado, for the viewers who are constantly watching this, there we have it. I would like to thank Powee Base for your time. I know your time is very valuable, and you have shared massive inputs and insights on what Race Motorsports Club Slalom is all about. And to those enthusiasts or viewers who are considering getting into slalom, I highly encourage you to check them out. Pretty much they're welcoming, and pretty much any doesn't really say on they call this doesn't really there's no really choice that much. Like for example, if you're too young, too old, male, female, all are welcome to join slalom, and I'm sure Powee can vouch for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks for
definitely.
having. Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure. And to all the enthusiasts out there, I would like to bid you. We've reached the end of the interview. Our time here for the interview is done, but your journey in motorsports is about to begin. So don't take the first step and actually consider checking them out, because I'm pretty sure if you're enthusiastic and if you like it, you will do it. All right. So I bid you goodbye for now. Stay tuned for next. Stay tuned to my channel, Dominado eMotorsports Rally, for more interviews. I'll be releasing one each day. So stay tuned for it, and goodbye for now. Bye.
Thank